Hello Pile 1 and welcome to my channel. So as you can see by the title, we're going to be doing a comforting message from your spirit guides or your spiritual team, whoever it is that you communicate with in the spirit realm, whoever it is that's looking out for you and walking with you on your spiritual journey. I hope this message finds you well. And I hope that you are doing well, friend. Thank you so very much for being here. So we're going to tap into this message from your spirit team. And we are also going to be pulling some oracle cards from the Healing Waters Oracle deck and from the Prism Oracle as well to get some additional messages and clarification for you. So thank you so much for being here. Let's go ahead and get started and let's see what comforting messages that your spirit team has for you. Let's see. Spirit team of Pile 1. Spirit guides of love and light. What comforting messages do you have for Pile 1? What would you like them to know on their journey? What would you like them to know on their journey? Okay. I'm picking up on an energy of depression for some of you guys. With the Magician and Justice card here, that's a strong energy of like realizing that you have more power than you think. Because with that Five of Wands here, I feel like you're almost feeling a bit conflicted about a decision. With Justice here, I feel like you're going to end up doing what's right for you regardless, but things could feel a little tough right now, a little stagnant. But with that Magician here, it's like telling us that you are a master manifester. You have more control over the situation, at least how you perceive it. You have more control than you think. And I feel like this is the depression energy I was picking up initially here, like feeling discontent, bored, disconnected, really not satisfied with the way things are going. So let's see, what else do we have for Pile 1? Spirit guides of love and light of Pile 1. What else do we have here? Yeah, so this feeling of disconnection could have to do with your finances, your confidence, your ability to build something for yourself. Maybe you've been feeling a little blocked. I feel like the fog will be lifted here for you, friend. Justice and the Two of Wands here. This is like maybe you're waiting for a response from somebody, something, or waiting for like results even. This is the energy of like wait and see. Let's see. Can we clarify the Five of Wands spirit? Spirit guides of Pile 1. Clarify Five of Wands. The Queen of Pentacles. Okay, so we have the King and Queen of Pentacles here. So this could be for some of you, I feel like this could be around like a family dynamic. It could be regarding like a marriage as well. Some of you are married. Maybe you could be dealing with like legal issues, maybe going through a divorce. Maybe there's been some type of like conflict here. Maybe it's having you feeling like really disconnected. Three of Cups here. Yeah, I sense this desire for happier times, for a more lightweight type of energy here. Maybe things have been feeling a bit heavy for you. But I feel like you're on the way to manifesting your own abundance, your own independence here. And I feel like whatever legal issues you're going through or separation you're going through, I feel like it's going to, like, I keep seeing the vision, like a vision of like the fog being cut through, lifted, like a blindfold being taken off of somebody. The truth will be revealed. The storm will pass. Let's get more information here for Pile 1. What comforting messages do you want to give to pile 1 regarding the situation here? Yeah, Temperance talks about moderation, slowing down, giving yourself grace in the situation, and knowing that you don't have to like go full force right now in this situation. It's okay to rest. It's okay to disconnect from environments, people, places, things that you normally pour into. 8 of Pentacles tells us that, you know, you're putting in the hard work here to maintain your composure, to maintain balance here. And I feel like you're doing a good job. The Wheel of Fortune is a clear indicator of your fate changing, new cycles coming in. For some of you, you're leaving behind like karmic energy. So karmic energy is, it could be a person or a certain situation that taught you a lot of lessons about yourself. It was meant to come into your life for a big reason, meant to help you see the bigger picture. What else do we have for pile 1? Yeah, look at that, the sun. I'm hearing like that song. What is that song? Oh my goodness. Where it talks about like, oh gosh, sorry y'all, it's like talking about being I don't know, I'm hearing that song that goes, ain't no sunshine when she's gone, and then there's this other song that's like there's no sun without rain. Oh my goodness, I'm sorry guys, I'm like, I don't know what song it is, but it's a positive song indicating like the storm will pass, you will see brighter days, you know, you will be removed from this like situation that maybe caused you to feel a little trapped, confused, stressed. You know, maybe you didn't know where to go. I'm seeing the imagery of like a hamster in a wheel. Like you're finally getting off the wheel, you know? So be patient with yourself. Give yourself grace and know that you're doing the best that you can, friend. The Page of Cups. Yeah, be open to ways that the universe can surprise you in this situation, okay? Be open to new possibilities. Remain optimistic, because the light will be shining soon. I know it may not feel like it right now, but you're doing the best that you can with what you have in front of you, and it will pay off. Sometimes things aren't going to transform overnight. Sometimes you need to give yourself time to process things and allow things to unfold naturally. So with the Ace of Wands, I feel like the momentum is going to pick up here in your situation, and you're going to be feeling like yourself again soon. I believe you guys picked the Magic 8 Ball photo, so the Magic 8 Ball to me talks about like the unknown. It's like you never know what kind of answer you're gonna get or what kind of outcome you're gonna get. You kind of got to take a chance, you know, and see how that unfolds for you. So this whole pile is all about acknowledging where you are in life, giving yourself grace, giving yourself love and patience, and knowing that the storm will pass. You're not gonna feel like this forever. You're not gonna feel trapped forever. You're not always gonna feel disconnected, disappointed, bored, dissatisfied. You know, the sun's gonna shine through. You just gotta allow spirit to take control and like kind of like take the driver's seat, and you go to the back seat and let the universe like get you through this storm here. The star talks about hope, healing, again with the message of balance, like cleansing yourself, cleansing your energy field, using this time to rest, relax, clear out any old stagnant energy, and move forward. Like the star to me talks about having hope for something, even though when you feel like hope is lost. And the King of Swords, I like this energy here because it's like you're not backing down from this situation here. Like I feel like maybe you fought through some tough battles, some inner turmoil here to get where you are today. I feel like the King of Swords is very much a like putting my foot down type of energy. Like, no, I'm not putting up with this anymore. I'm gonna do what's right for me. Again with there's this, I don't know if some of you are going through like a divorce or legal issues here, but the King of Swords talks about having open, honest communication with others around you and speaking up for yourself, advocating for yourself, and accurately and efficiently speaking up for your needs. So we have the bottom of the deck as the Five of Swords here. So this could have to do with some conflict that you have with another person right now. Maybe somebody is trying to get the upper hand in a situation, and it might just feel very overwhelming, very like disheartening to have to go through, you know. But Spirit wants you to know, just hang tight. You're doing the best you can. Really prioritize like self-care, rest. Maybe even unplug from your phone right now, you know? Oh my goodness. One second, you guys. The oracle cards fell on the floor. Okay, and we're back. So maybe some of you could be feeling like that right now, like just discombobulated, you know, maybe a little clumsy, maybe just like disoriented in a way where you can't think straight. Not that I'm feeling that way right now. It's just like that energy of the cards falling on the floor made me feel like I'm picking up on this energy of you've maybe feeling a little overwhelmed and like, I don't know what to do. Like this is gonna, like, you know, stressed out about the situation here. But I feel like you're on the way to abundance here, friend. The light will shine for you soon, okay? You will be receiving clarity on this whole situation, and I feel like faith is going to be restored here for you. I keep hearing that phrase, the storm will pass. What else do we have for pile 1 here, Spirit? What else do we have for pile 1? Any more comforting messages for them? Protection. Yes, you are divinely protected in this situation. I feel like you have very strong protection from your spirit guides, and they want you to know we are not going to let you down. Surrender. Wow. Protection and surrender. If that isn't a strong spirit guide message, I don't know what is, you know? Surrender to what's going on right now. Release expectation, release fear, release worry and anxiety. Things are unfolding just as they should, okay? Rejection. I like that phrase, rejection is protection. So for some of you, if this does have to do with another person, I feel like you're just being redirected towards something or someone that is just more suited for you, you know? Or maybe this time right now is about filling up your own cup, honoring yourself, honoring what it is that you truly need out of a partner, a lifestyle. If this has to do with like a job situation, it's the same message where it's like where your spirit guides are saying like rejection is protection. If the job was meant to work out, then it would have, you know, but you were probably being protected from something that just wasn't going to serve you in the long term. Because I feel like your spirit guides are really keen on like looking out for you. They're always there for you, even when you feel alone. Happiness. I love this card because it reminds me of that sun card that we saw right back here. I just keep seeing this imagery of like light at the end of the tunnel. This whole situation, it may feel very tough, very hard, heavy right now, but it's for your highest good and it's going to lead you towards happiness. What else do we have for pile 1, Spirit? Anxiety. So some of you could be really feeling that anxiety right now. Flow. Go with the flow. Surrender. I love how that came out right under the surrender card. Be open to the possibilities. Surrender your fear, your worry, anxiety to your spirit team. So you can say out loud, spirit guides, angels, divine beings of love and light, I surrender my heavy emotions to you. I know that you'll protect me. I know that you will guide me, and I leave it in your hands. What else do we have for pile 1, Spirit? What else do we have for pile 1? We have reflection. So this brings me back to that initial message where I was talking about how you can use this time as an opportunity to like indulge in self-care and really do some like self-reflection on this whole situation. Allow yourself time and space to process it because you're worthy of that. You don't need to be holding on to this heavy energy here. I feel like you deserve clarity, you deserve peace, you deserve to feel at ease. And the Death card, I love seeing this card because this talks about transformation, rebirth, leaving the old behind because you're about to step into a new energy. So you need to like clear away anything that no longer serves you. And if that's what you're already doing, that's amazing. You are on the right path. And see how we have like the tombstone, like some clouds in the sun. Yeah, that's that energy again coming through of like the sun will shine again for you. The clouds will fade away and you'll be able to feel more at ease. So let's pull some Healing Waters Oracle for you. We're going to pull 3 cards and see what messages your spiritual team has for you. Okay, first card here for you, pile 1. Gentle force, consistency, persistence, patience, the long game. Yeah, so this situation may take some time to unfold, to come to a conclusion, you know, but being consistent and persistent with your self-care practice, with your diligence, with your trust in the universe and your guides, it will pay off, you know. And you may feel like you're playing the long game, like things aren't unfolding in the time that you want them to. There may be a little bit of impatience coming through here as well. All right, then the last 2 cards here, they came out together, so let me show you. We have deep sea diving, way of the mystic, learn through experiencing, depths, and then we have making waves. Momentum is building, it's your time, achievement. Yeah, so a couple minutes ago, I was going to say, I feel like this whole situation is like coming to a head or some type of climax here. And I feel like some of you could even be a little intuitive yourself or mystical yourself. You're learning through experiences, you know, you're tapping into your inner depths to grow, to evolve. And know that this situation here with the Making Waves card, the situation, it's going to lead you towards achievement. Inner happiness, inner balance, equilibrium. This could have been the situation here that you're detaching from or moving on from, could have been a long time coming. Maybe you've been meaning to move on from this situation and get it settled. So like for some of you, I'm picking up that, you know, if it is like a divorce or you're leaving a relationship, it could be that it's like long overdue, you know, maybe this has been on your mind for a while and you're finally setting yourself free. For others of you, I feel like it could be a career situation, and it's like you were given this job opportunity to learn more about yourself, to dive deeper into yourself, and to learn more and to experience more, to really tap into your inner depths here. I feel like you've evolved so much in the past like couple of years, more than you think, you know, so give yourself credit for that. Yeah, I feel like this is it's like it feels very comforting but very stern as well. It's like your spirit guides are saying like, you know, hey, I'm here to help you, but you also got to be gentle with yourself too. You got to be gentle yet confident. You have to surrender and flow, but also like take accountability for your part in the situation. And doing that self-reflection, maybe some journaling, maybe just like meditation. You can work on journal prompts without, you know, writing anything down. Sometimes I like to do that. I just like to reflect on like journal prompt questions throughout the day and like piece things together, you know. But I feel like this conflict that you're experiencing, this old chapter, is finally coming to a close here. And you're on your way towards abundance, towards peace, balance, happiness, clarity. Once the situation is finally closed and left in the past, you're going to feel like this weight off of your shoulders. It's going to be like a big sigh of relief. Like, finally, it's over. I'm free. I can move on. And right now, it may not feel like it, friend. But remember, rejection is protection, and you're always being guided towards something that's more suited for your highest good, okay? So you've got this. Keep doing what you're doing. Don't forget to love yourself and to be gentle with yourself. Take things day by day, okay? It's okay to prioritize rest and your well-being right now. You are doing an amazing job, Pile 1. All right, friends. Well, that is what I have for you. I hope it resonated, and I hope it brought you peace, comfort, and clarity. Feel free to let me know in the comments. Give me a thumbs up here. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe, and I will see you next time, friend. If you're looking to book a personal reading with me, you can visit my website at marsmystiqueshop.com. The link will be in the description box below. Love and light to you, friends. See you next time. Hello, Pile 2, and welcome to your reading. So today we're going to be tapping into some comforting messages from your spirit guides. We're going to be pulling some tarot cards here, along with some oracle cards. I'm going to be using the Healing Waters Oracle deck, along with the Prism Oracle. So I'm very excited to pull some messages here for you. I've been feeling called to provide some comforting, softer messages for the collective lately. So I'm hoping that this resonates with you, friend. If not, always feel free to check out the other piles. But thank you so much for being here. So we're going to go ahead and tap into comforting messages from your spirit guides, okay? Let's see what comes through here. What messages do we have for pile 2, spirit? Any comforting messages for pile 2? What do they have going on right now? What do you want them to know? The Wheel of Fortune. Big change is happening for you. Let's see. Or you're about to enter a new cycle. What do we have for pile 2? What comforting messages do you have for pile 2, spirit? Wow. So maybe you've recently had a realization about something that needs to change in your life. Because the Judgment is like a ground-shaking realization, you know? It feels very similar to the Tower card for me. So the Tower card is like sudden, unexpected changes and shifts. 10 of Pentacles. Okay. Let's see. What else do we have for pile 2? What comforting messages do we have for pile 2, spirit? Let's tap into their energy here. Let's see, what do we have for pile 2? Let's clarify that 10 of Pentacles. The Moon, okay. Let's clarify 6 of Pentacles. What is going on with pile 2? What comforting messages do you have for them? Spirit guides of pile 2. Okay. So I feel like a lot of you are processing some heavy emotions right now. You may be feeling a little overwhelmed, maybe when it comes to your finances, your foundation, your long-term stability. So with the Wheel of Fortune and the 2 of Swords here, I feel like you may be in the midst of needing to make a big decision, a decision that will impact your journey for the long term, okay? So I feel like it's gonna be like a, I don't know, I heard the term life-shattering, life-shaking, earthquaking, I don't know. It's a very big decision is what I'm trying to say. So Judgment and the 9 of Wands here, this is like, you may even be having experiencing some resistance, some fear, worry over how things are going to unfold. It's almost like this energy of like running down running across a bridge, like running across a suspended bridge, and like the steps behind you are like falling off, so like you can't go backward, you can only move forward, you know. But it's just this energy of feeling a little scared, like you have no choice but to move forward here. With the 10 of Pentacles and the Moon, I feel like you really have some fear or anxiety about how you're going to maintain like long-term stability. With the 6 of Pentacles and the 10 of Wands, maybe you've been trying like very hard to keep things together, to maintain like a calm exterior and interior as well. Like, you know, you're trying to maintain equilibrium here, but it's hard. It's harder than it seems, and maybe you're not allowing people into your inner world right now. Maybe you're somebody that is used to handling things on your own. You know, you're not used to asking for help, so you're kind of shouldering it all on your own. Let's see, what else do we have for pile 2, spirit? I feel like spirit really wants you to speak up, ask for help, ask for, even if it's just like comforting words, you know, reaching out to friends, to family, if you need somebody to talk to. Because the Five of Swords and the Knight of Wands, maybe you have a past of like getting into conflict with people, or maybe having misunderstandings with others and not being able to get your point across, so like you avoid it, you know? Maybe something along, it's like something along with communication has gone wrong in the past, so you've just learned to kind of like work through your fears and emotions on your own. The Devil card here tells me that there's like a toxic habit or something that's like you're doing something that's not serving you, that could be acting as a blockage. That could be how you approach your responsibilities, like taking on everything on your own, and you end up like being stressed and dealing with anxiety, and then it's like nobody knows what you're going through, so how can you possibly receive help, you know? I feel like you have people that want to be there for you. Let me see what's going on here. So I feel like a lot of you are very hyper independent, and maybe you like it that way. The Eight of Wands tells me that there's gonna be like shifts that are happening in your life very soon that may it's like I feel like you're already in a space where you're feeling like overwhelmed, burdened, stressed. So Spirit's saying like you need to find balance in your life right now, because as amazing as a job that you're doing, pile 2, it's okay to reach out to friends, family for comfort and reassurance, because there's going to be big changes that are coming in, and you need a support system, or at least you need to build upon that support system, okay? Because I feel like you may risk becoming even more overwhelmed, you know? Maybe you might end up taking like some type of time out from social situations because you're like burned out, you know? And Spirit really wants you to avoid that. Spirit wants you to know how loved you are. That's the message that's coming through. Like, you are loved, you are seen, you are appreciated. If not by the people around you in your physical, you're seen and respected in the spiritual realm, you know? I feel like you're definitely someone who has encountered some negative situations in the past around like friendship groups, or with the Two of Cups, or maybe even relationships, like romantic relationships. But this to me tells me too, like Spirit wants you to connect with your social circle, connect with your friends, with your family. I feel like you do have people around you that can understand you. It's like I'm hearing like you never know who would be there for you, you know? You have to extend your cup so that the other person can extend it to you as well, so that you guys can share that experience together. Let's see. Yeah, the Hangman and the Fool is about taking a risk. Could be a calculated risk, you know, not entirely jumping into something, but taking a pause and asking yourself, you know, which direction do I want to go? What kind of support system am I going to need? Am I asking for that kind of support system? You know, am I speaking up for my needs? Am I making sure that I am taken care of? You know, maybe some of you have a lot of responsibilities, and you're just not used to like leaning on other people. Because that Six of Pentacles here is like equal give and take, reciprocity. Because with the Four of Cups here, you could be feeling a little disconnected from your friends, your family, the people around you, because you're going through so much. And it's like maybe nobody knows, or maybe you're the type to kind of go ghost on people when you're going through something. And I feel like a support system would serve you well right now, friend, because you're carrying so much. You deserve to have people care for you too. With the Page of Wands here, yeah, there's a lot of, I feel like you're a go-getter. I feel like you're a go-getter, pile 2. And sometimes go-getters need to be taken care of, okay? Sometimes you need to put down this wand here and just rest and allow somebody to maybe even take some responsibility off of your hands, you know? Like with this Ten of Wands here, maybe allow somebody to take one of those wands for you, because you've been carrying so much. Let's see, what else do we have for pile 2, Spirit? King of Pentacles and the Five of Cups. So it's like you don't want to overwork yourself and then end up like maybe self-sabotaging or becoming depressed even, because with the King of Pentacles you are very independent, you're self-sufficient, you're reliable, you're structured. You may be an earth sign, Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo here. Yeah, big changes are coming in for you here, friends. Spirit just wants you to be prepared in the most gentle way. They're saying like you need to prepare yourself for these big changes coming in, because you're going to need the support, you know, Justice and the Knight of Pentacles. So yeah, you're very independent, very self-sufficient. And I know you're probably somebody that wants to just do things by the book. It's very much Virgo energy here with that King of Pentacles too. Maybe you're a Virgo Mercury. So the way you think is very like structured, to the point. You do things by the book, you know, you don't want to cut corners, you don't want to maybe you don't want to burden people with your problems, but the thing is like other people aren't going to see it as a burden. Maybe you're somebody that nobody would even suspect is going through a hard time right now. Big message coming through is that you're worthy of support. The Death card, big transformations coming in, rebirth, leaving the old behind, stepping into a new energy, and Four of Wands. That is so beautiful, friend. So the Death and the Four of Wands is like you're experiencing a rebirth, and it may be a little painful right now, but it's leading you towards happiness, joy, comfort. You know, I'm hearing a happy home, balance, feeling like you don't have to face the world alone, which is drawing me back to this Two of Cups here. So this doesn't have to indicate romantic relationship. It could just be like friends, you know, having friends be there for you. And with that energy of support, you're going to be able to build a solid foundation for yourself. And bottom of the deck is Eight of Cups. So the Eight of Cups talks about walking away from situations that just don't serve you emotionally anymore. So this could be your current situation where you're so used to being hyper independent and kind of like a hermit, you know. You're walking away from what you knew, what you got used to, and you're off to seek new things, new energy, new people. I love this energy for you, friend. So let's go ahead and pull some Prism Oracle cards here, and let's see what else Spirit has for you. All right, what do we have for pile 2 here? Spirit guides of love and light, spirit guides of pile 2. What else do you want them to know? What other comforting messages do you have for pile 2? Strength. Yes, I feel like I just got the imagery of like Hercules in my mind. It's probably because of this pillar here, but the Strength card is like you have just been through so much, you've carried so much for so long, you know, you've become strong over time, you've mastered the energy of strength, inner strength. Sadness. So some of you could be feeling a little sad right now, you know, maybe left out, especially with that Five of Cups there. Maybe you feel like nobody is there for you, you know? Maybe you feel like you just have to be so strong all the time. And that's not the case, friends. You're allowed to ask for help. You're allowed to have the support that you need. Mystery. Let's see. And love. Yeah, so with mystery and love here, it's like that's telling me like you'd be surprised at who's willing to show up for you and show you love, you know? Let's see, what do we have here for pile 2? Peace. Oh my goodness, yes, you deserve peace. After being strong for so long, you deserve peace. Protection. So you are divinely protected in this transition here. I feel like for some of you too, you may have been lonely for quite some time. Maybe you don't have a big friend group, or you're just not keen on like groups of people, or having a lot of people around you. And I feel like for most of your life, it was because you were being protected from maybe low vibrational energies. But now spirit's saying like it's time to like step out of that. Like we were able to protect you from low vibrational people for so long, but now we want to see you stand up and be the strong person you are, and maybe even be a little vulnerable too, you know? It's like you're still divinely protected, of course, but spirit's like, okay, we've protected you from the low vibrational people in the past. Now it's time to open up because you're safe to do so, and it's time. Confidence, yes, confidence and mystery here. That's like speaking up with confidence, advocating for yourself. For some of you, you could be scared of rejection. Maybe that's why you don't open up to people. Look at this, you guys. Comfort. What have I been saying this whole time? You deserve love. You deserve comfort. Okay? This sadness card here, it really, I feel it in my heart center. I feel like you guys are just carrying so much. You deserve so much love, friend, okay? You deserve love. You deserve comfort. You deserve peace. You just need to tap into that inner confidence and speak up and know that even if you are rejected by the people you reach out to, it's just like I was gonna say, like, it's just like, okay, next. Like, I was thinking of that Ariana Grande song, like, thank you, next, you know? Don't take it personal. Just move on to the next person, to the next friend, to the next family member. Because I feel like a lot of you have a bigger support group than you think. You may think nobody has your back, nobody cares about you, but that's not the case at all, you know? Bottom of the deck is pain. So a lot of you could be carrying a lot of pain right now, especially with the sadness card. It just feels very like, you know, maybe even you guys are a little jaded from past experiences. Maybe you've experienced some rejection, some pain, some feelings of being outcasted, and you're just not willing to put yourself out there again because you don't want to repeat that or feel that anymore. But I feel like things are changing here for you, pile 2. I don't feel like you're going to be feeling that same level of pain. I feel it like it's going to be dissipating, you know? So trust yourself, be confident, stand up for yourself. So let's go into the Healing Water Oracle cards here. These 3 came out together while I was shuffling, so I'm going to take that as a sign that it's for you, pile 2. So we have clear waters, clear vision, confirmation, right timing, opportunity. Yeah, so with clear waters, I feel like spirit is like has been cleansing you and clearing out any old stagnant energy that no longer serves you. You may be getting confirmation in the spiritual realms that it's time to like make a change, time to open up, because it's the right time, you know? You may have an opportunity coming up soon where you're going to be able to express yourself, to connect with others, to release the burdens that you've been carrying. The next card here is Metamorphosis. Embrace transformation. Things are now different. Exactly. We had the Wheel of Fortune come out in the Death card. So it's like your energy is, I feel like you're going through a level up, you know, a big transformation. Things are not the same as they were when you first started this spiritual journey, or, you know, maybe even 5 years ago. I feel like you're in a much different place mentally, spiritually, emotionally, socially even. So allow the metamorphosis to happen. Allow yourself to open up. And your last card we have is the Wellspring. What are you thirsty for? Body care, take a breath. Right, so some of you could be thirsty for a connection. Maybe it's even rest. Maybe you want to kind of pause and reflect before you open yourself up to people. It's okay to take a breath for yourself. It's also okay to when it comes to like opening up and socializing, you don't have to go all full in, you know. You're allowed to like kind of dip your toe in and step back, take a break, and then go and dip your toe in again until you're fully comfortable. So be patient with yourself, friends. But know that big changes are coming in here for you. And you've been so strong for so long. It's time to let your guard down at your own pace, of course, and it's time to release some of those burdens that you've been carrying and allow other people to be there for you. Allow other people to care for you, to love you, to appreciate you, okay? You are worth the effort. You are worth the time, the attention, the love, okay? So I hope that resonated for you, Pile 2. I'm sending you so much love and light on your journey. I want to thank you so much for being here and for being the strong warrior that you are. You're amazing, Pile 2. So let me know in the comments if this message resonated with you. Give me a little thumbs up, subscribe if you feel called to. If you are interested in booking a private reading with me, you can visit my website at marsmystiqueshop.com. The info will be in the description box below. But with that being said, thank you again for being here, Pile 2. Love and light to you, and see you next time. Hello, Pile 3, and welcome to your reading. So today we're going to be looking into comforting messages from your spirit guides. So this is going to be for those that are, I don't know, Pile 3, I feel like you guys may be going through, like, I'm hearing the word tumultuous time right now. Honestly, I feel like all piles are going through something transformative and healing right now, which is why I felt called to do this reading here. So what we're going to do is we're going to pull some tarot cards, and then I'm going to pull some messages from my Prism Oracle deck here. Look how cool these cards are. And we're also going to do the Healing Waters Oracle as well, okay, for some uplifting messages and confirmation. So I hope you all are doing well. Thank you so very much for being here. And we're going to tap in to your messages, Pile 3. So let's see. Spirit Guides of Love and Light. Spirit Guides of Pile 3. What messages do you have for Pile 3, Spirit? And remember, if the message isn't resonating, feel free to choose another pile. The info will be in the description box. Let's see, what messages do we have for Pile 3, Spirit? Spirit Guides of Pile 3. What do you want Pile 3 to know? We got the Hangman, the Temperance card. What do you want Pile 3 to know? What uplifting messages do you have for Pile 3? The Queen of Cups. I feel like a lot of you are learning how to manage your emotions, learning how to have control over your mental space and not let it rule you anymore. With the Hangman and Temperance, this is the energy of like thinking before you react or thinking before you speak. The Queen of Cups to me talks about emotional maturity, but also being compassionate and empathetic towards people as well. And the Six of Swords, so maybe something has happened recently that has kind of led you into this inner transformation, because the Six of Swords is like moving away from chaotic energy or energy that doesn't serve you and moving into calmer waters here. So let's see, let's clarify this Hangman here for Pile 3. We had the Nine of Wands that wanted to fly out on the floor here. So I feel like some of you have been through some tough past experiences here that left you feeling wounded, vulnerable, on guard even. And maybe you've been reflecting a lot on those experiences. Like, how did I get this far? What have I learned so far? And you're learning how to integrate it into your life, your journey. The Temperance and the Seven of Pentacles. Yeah, so these 4 cards here so far are telling me that you're going through a period of deep reflection, introspection, this energy of patience, healing. But I'm feeling with these 2 cards, there's like a lot of reflection on the past and how much you've gone through, where you are now, and where you're going. To clarify this Queen of Cups here, Spirit, for Pile 3. What comforting messages do you have for Pile 3? Yeah, I'm hearing new emotional landscape. So maybe you're learning how to manage your emotions more efficiently. Let's see, the Six of Swords. What do we have for the Six of Swords here, Spirit? For messages for Pile 3, Spirit Guides of Pile 3. Six of Swords and the Eight of Pentacles. I feel like a lot of you are putting in some real good work into yourself. Really working on yourself here. It's like you no longer want to stay chained to old ways of thinking, old ways of being. There's something here coming through about the emotions, about how you like maybe how you would react to situations that triggered you, and maybe you're working through those triggers. That's what I really get from Six of Swords and the Eight of Pentacles. It's like you're identifying the triggers, you're feeling them, processing them, and letting them go with love and light. With the Temperance and the Seven of Pentacles here, I do feel like you're doing an amazing job at being patient with yourself and giving yourself grace and love. You know, you're not being harsh to yourself, or at least Spirit is saying don't be harsh with yourself right now, because you're in a transformation period where you're maturing a lot, especially emotionally. Maybe some of you are in your early 20s, you know, in that phase before your prefrontal cortex has developed. So maybe you've recently gone from a space of being more emotionally reactive, more triggered, or easily triggered, and you're moving into a space where you're like in control of how you react. You're becoming more mature, you're evolving, you're transforming. You're learning how to work with your emotions. Almost said immersions. You're learning how to work with your emotions versus allowing them to rule you. And that's an amazing place to be. It's okay to have big emotions. There's nothing wrong with that, but you know, you don't have control over most situations, like things that happen to you, but you have control over how you react to them. The Devil card here, yeah, so this is that energy of releasing like toxic habits and behaviors that once held us back. Maybe there was some self-sabotage going on here, or reckless behavior is what I'm picking up on too. Take that if it resonates, leave it if it doesn't. The Tower, yeah, so maybe there was a sudden unexpected event or shift in your life that really like shifted your perspective. Like I feel like Spirit has been trying to get you to evolve or acknowledge something for a while, and maybe something finally happened that had you thinking like, oh wow, like I really need to change the way I approach these situations because it's not serving me anymore. And we have the Ace of Pentacles. Yeah, so you're being given like a new opportunity, a new chance to reapproach things and reapproach life in general. So maybe for some of you, you're moving to a new location, starting over, starting fresh. And Spirit's really encouraging this energy here. I'm not saying you have to move or anything to embody this energy, but it's like if you're not physically moving, I feel like it's a perspective shift. Let's see, what else do we have for pile 3? What comforting messages do you have for pile 3? Okay, so we have 4 of Wands. Let's see. We have the 7 of Wands. Yeah, so I feel like some of you are fighters, you know? As in like you fought through a lot of hard circumstances and you don't give up, you know? Maybe some of you are fire signs. I'm seeing a lot of Wands here. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Maybe you're used to like standing up for yourself, speaking up for yourself, but sometimes it may not come across the best way. Oh my gosh, look at him. King of Wands. That's a fire sign. Yeah, so maybe some of you have like a fiery nature naturally. Maybe some of you with the 4 of Wands and the 7 of Wands here, this is like fighting for your peace, fighting for your home, fighting for your safety. And I feel like being in this King of Wands energy, this is somebody that's very respectable, admired. He's in control. But the King of Wands could also have a bit of a temper too on a bad day, you know? And I feel like you're really learning how to work with that energy. It's like I mentioned before, like there's nothing wrong with having big emotions, you know? If you need to, scream into a pillow. Journal it out until you can't anymore, you know? Write a little letter in your phone, like in your notes app. If you have like something that you want to say to somebody that you know you can't because it's a little too turbulent and aggressive, write it out in your phone notes as if you're sending it to them. Read it back to yourself and then delete it with love and light, you know? There's something here that needs to be approached in a different way in terms of like emotions and how you feel things and how you process them. What else do we have for pile 3, Spirit? What other comforting messages here? Because I feel like Spirit, I get this imagery in my head of like an angel or a guide kind of like hugging you and being like, hey, it's okay. Like It's okay to cry, it's okay to yell, it's okay to scream, but this energy is not serving you anymore, friend. And I just feel like you've been through so much, pile 3, and I am not judging you at all for having big emotions, because I know what that feels like, being a fire sign myself. But with the strength card here, Spirit's saying like you are so tough and resilient, and learning how to be more strategic and like reflective when it comes to your emotions. It's going to end up serving you for your highest good. It's going to end up serving you for your highest good. It's not going to make you appear weak. I feel like some of you are worried about that. Like, well, if I tone myself down and I stop reacting like the way I do, or stop speaking up for myself, people are going to see me as weak and as a pushover, and they're going to walk all over me. I don't feel like that's the case at all, pile 3. I feel like there's this need to find a balance between being assertive and also having boundaries, good boundaries. And I feel like you're more than capable of that with the King of Wands here and the Four of Wands. This is like creating a happy, comfy home here for yourself, like a space, an energetic space where you can feel appreciated and respected, even if it's just you by yourself, you know? I feel like having this shift experiencing this shift into emotional maturity is going to serve you in the long run, because it's going to allow you to be more at peace with yourself and the people around you as well. You're also going to feel more confident and in control. And the World card, yeah, so cycles closing out, things coming to like a completion here. So I feel like this is Spirit saying like your old ways of thinking, reacting are coming to an end. They no longer serve you here with the Devil card. So Spirit's like, we're gonna go ahead and shake up your world a little bit, you know, and put things in a perspective here for you, because something needs to change. And Spirit's just acknowledging how much you've gone through. And they're saying, like, we totally understand where you're coming from and why you did what you did. You know, maybe some of you have been in, like, heated arguments with people. Maybe some of you have been a little emotionally reactive and impulsive in the past. And Spirit's not here to shame you at all. And neither am I. You're allowed to have big emotions. You're allowed to be human, pile 3. That's a big message that's coming through here. Spirit's like, we know you are human, and you are a very loved human, matter of fact, okay? 8 of Cups, yes, walking away from what no longer serves us. And 3 of Wands, that's like the card of being in limbo, like waiting for things to change. Kind of being like in this in-between of like, okay, well, I went through XYZ in the past, and now I'm in the midst of waiting for this new beginning, this new transformation, this new energy to come in. So in the meantime, I'm going to do some self-reflection and look back on the things that I've been through and how I've grown and evolved, and how they served me and how they haven't served me, you know, when it comes to behaviors, reactions, relationships, and dynamics with other people. I just get a very fiery energy from you, pile 3. I can definitely relate to you in that aspect, you know? Maybe this is my pile too. I mean, I'm definitely in a space where I'm working through like heavy emotions and trying to not be so like reactive and turbulent. Because there's better ways to get your point across, you know? With the Knight of Cups and the Two of Swords here, this is telling me that, you know, you always have a choice. You always have a choice whether to take a breath and think before you speak or do. And then you have another choice of just saying what you feel, saying what's on your mind. And I feel like you're in a phase in your life where you're understanding how effective it can be to kind of pause and reflect before reacting, right? The High Priestess is somebody that does a lot of like, I'm hearing the term like self-study. So maybe you guys are watching a lot of like self-help videos or reading self-help books, or I'm hearing for some of you like TED Talks. Maybe TED Talks may benefit you. TED Talks on like emotions, emotional regulation, feeling anger and processing it. But in the meantime, it's okay to withhold your energy from the people around you so that you can recalibrate yourself, okay? Spirit really wants you to know, like, in this process, you are being watched over, you are being protected, And Spirit acknowledges your strength. Everything you've gone through wasn't for nothing, you know? You had to go through those experiences in life to get to where you are now, to get to a point where you can do self-reflection and understand that you are just human. You are human and you're powerful than you think. Pile 3. You having like heavy emotions and being in situations that you're not so proud of doesn't define you. Just use them as learning experiences, like a stepping stone to evolve and become, like, to connect to your higher self, you know? Because I feel like your higher self is somebody that's more efficient, more, like, more patient, more practical. I feel like activities where you can get your anger and frustrations out would really serve you, pile 3. Like, I'm seeing for some of you, like kickboxing, kickboxing, like punching a pillow or something, or like even going to one of those rage rooms, you know, where you go and break stuff, or like investing in a hobby that's going to allow you to channel all that frustration. Maybe even like painting, arts and crafts, creating things, like using that anger to create something for yourself or for others. Or maybe even for some of you, like writing a book too. I don't know why the High Priestess is showing me that. Like, some of you, there's something here about self-help books, self-help videos. Some of you could use your experiences to speak to other people, to inspire other people, to encourage them. Or that could be a good way for you to like get all that energy out, you know? But with the bottom of the deck here being the Death card, this is like ultimate transformation. We're shedding old skin and we're going to be walking into a new phase in our life where you may not even recognize yourself anymore. Maybe other people are going to be surprised by the changes you make. They're going to be like, wow, like pile 3 is this whole different person now. They handle things differently. They're so admirable. Not that you weren't already. I feel like you with this King of Wands, I feel like people already looked up to you and really found you inspiring. And maybe some of you looked up to you as a role model. Maybe some of you are like bosses, CEOs, or somebody that's in charge. Or maybe on social media you have a big like following, and maybe a lot of people watch you already, you know? But I feel like others are really going to notice the changes that you make in your life here. And I feel like Spirit is really saying, like, you're on the path to greatness here. This next level in your life is going to serve you for your highest good, and you're on the right path, okay? There may be a little confusion in the midst of all of this, like, am I doing the right thing? Should I just revert back to my old patterns? Spirit is saying, like, it's okay to revert back to old patterns, like, every now and then, you know, especially if sometimes that stuff brings you comfort, you know, take that as it resonates, leave it if it doesn't. But sometimes, you know, we're just human, and sometimes we need to take like take 3 steps forward, 2 steps back, you know, to learn, to grow, to evolve. So everything that's happening, everything that has happened to you, pile 3, is for your highest good. It's for a reason, for you to transform, to learn, to evolve, and to also teach others too. So Spirit really wants you to know that you are not a bad person for the things that you've gone through. I feel like some of you carry some shame about like past behaviors, or ways that you approach situations, and there's no need to have shame for yourself. Just exchange the shame for love, compassion, empathy. You know, tell yourself, like, hey, we did our best with the tools and knowledge that we had at that time. And now we're in a place where we're more evolved and we can make better choices, you know? You are an amazing person, pile 3, and you've been through so much, and you deserve to love yourself and to share your wisdom with others, because I feel like you're somebody that people are really going to respect, especially when you put your story out there. If that's something you choose to do, you don't have to do that, but I feel like people are going to be inspired by the changes that you make in your life, okay? Spirit really wants you to know you're doing a great job, and you're really, like, I feel like your spirit team admires you. they're like, wow, like that's really somebody that has grown in so many ways. That is beautiful energy, pile 3. Let's see what we have in terms of oracle cards here. What do we have for pile 3, Spirit? What do you want pile 3 to know? Any comforting messages? Disruption. Yeah, so this card reminds me of the Tower card. Sudden disruption in your life that brings things into perspective here. And I really feel like it's for your highest good. And I know that can be tough to hear, like especially when the shift and change was very unexpected and heavy, you know? The stop card. So immediately I thought of like, stop shaming yourself, stop looking down on your past self, you know, stop the negative self-talk, because it's not serving you anymore, you know? Intuition. I love how that landed right on top of the High Priestess. So I feel like some of you are very intuitive, or your intuition could really be trying to get your attention here, like trying to lead you down a path that you've never been down before. Cleanse. Yes, time to cleanse that old energy, make room for new energy. Release the old energy with love and light, especially with that Death card here. What else do we have for pile 3? Passion. Yeah, I really feel like some of you are fire signs, or have that fire sign type of mentality. Maybe some of you guys are like, I'm hearing like Aries Venus. So Aries Venus are usually very passionate, very like straightforward. They're like, they have that go 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 mentality, you know? Maybe you had some impulsive tendencies in the past. Anxiety. Yeah, so these new changes could be bringing you a feeling of uncertainty, anxiety. Maybe you're not used to feeling this way, you know, being in the midst of transformation. And rejection. So that to me tells me like your old ways are no longer serving you, you know? You may realize that you're kind of like hitting a wall in a way, especially if you try to approach new situations with like old mentalities. So it's like if you experience rejection, Spirit's saying like, nope, like you gotta go back to the drawing board and approach it in a new way, especially if you're trying to approach new situations or people with like that fiery energy that didn't serve you in the past. There's a need to shed old layers. Let's see, we're going to go ahead and tap into the Healing Water Oracles deck. We're going to get 3 cards and see what messages Spirit has here for you, pile 3. I hope the messages have been resonating so far. Sending you guys so much love and light. So we have clear waters, clear vision, confirmation, right timing, opportunity. Yes, so this really ties into that cleanse card along with the disruption card here. So I feel like you guys are going to be offered some new opportunities to step into your power, you know, to do things right again, to move forward in a new energy. Because it's time for you to evolve is what I'm hearing. Then we have the sirens. Use your voice, expansion, freedom. Yeah, so you know how we talked about speaking up for yourself, really standing your ground with that fire sign energy? It's like time to use it in a new way. Use that fire in a new way. It's time to expand. It's time to release yourself from the chains of that devil card. You know how in the imagery they're showing 2 people like chained together? I feel like that's you being chained to like old habits, old mentalities. It's time to free yourself, friend. What else do we have for pile 3? The last card for pile 3. We have the Pearl. Alchemy, the reward at the end, from grit to grace. I love this card because you know how they say like, you know, pearls take a while to form. So that's alchemy right there, divine alchemy. Being patient with yourself, knowing that you've been through so much and you got to this point because you're strong, you're a warrior. Grit talks about having resilience and tenacity, pushing through any obstacles because you're just built like that, pile 3. You're strong, you're courageous, you can overcome anything because you've overcame so much already. It's just time to approach situations, people, places, things with a new mindset, new energy. You know, no longer allowing the emotions to take over, being more careful with your words, and also releasing shame for the past versions of yourself too. I feel like a lot of you are going to be having awakenings where you may even be like up all night thinking about old ways that you behaved, you know, thinking like, oh my gosh, why did I do that? Why did I say that? Why did I act that way? It's okay to feel that way, you know, acknowledge it, feel it, allow it to flow through, and send it away with love and light, and know that you're starting a new chapter here, pile 3, and your spirit team is just congratulating you. I see this imagery of them clapping and being like, you made it this far, like, yes, this is exactly where we wanted you to be. And they're like, they believe in you, and they know you're such a strong warrior here, pile 3, and then you have the strength and the tenacity within you to keep going, to evolve into the highest version of yourself, because I feel like you're going to really be inspiring others with the changes that you make as well. Very beautiful energy, pile 3. I hope these messages resonated with you, friend. Feel free to let me know in the comments down below. Give me a little thumbs up. Subscribe if you feel called to. If you are interested in booking a personal reading with me or to check out my other services, just visit my website, marsmystiqueshop.com. That information will be in my description box below. So thank you guys again so much for being here. Sending you so much love, light, and blessings, pile 3. See you next time.